Hello, beautiful friends. It's LeahMarie here with your weekly oracle reading. This week, medium messages are flowing through again. And so we will be working with your departed loved ones, ancestors, anyone that has been part of your lineage that has crossed to the spirit plane that wishes to communicate with you at this time. And so these messages are going to be general reads. So there may be bits and pieces for some of you and not everything for you. So I do encourage you to use your own intuition, your own senses and guidance to take away what is meant for you. I will share all the things that come through, which often don't make sense to me, but are intended to make sense for those of you who they are meant for. So I will be picking 2 cards today, one from the Hidden Realms Wisdom of the Hidden Realms deck and one from the Sacred Destiny deck. I will have those cards in the description box below for you if you're interested in any of the decks. The info will be there, along with how you can get in touch with me if you'd like a personal reading to connect more specifically with your loved ones that want to communicate, or if you'd like to check out our online shop. There's all kinds of goodies there for you guys as well. So we're gonna take that flipper there. With that being said, I invite you guys to hold any intentions if there's something that you have been wanting to ask your loved one, if there's something that you have been wishing you could say or receive insights on from them since their passing, like whatever it is that you feel you came here, whatever drew you here today. Just allow that to come into your conscious awareness before picking pile 1, 2, or 3 in just a minute. I'm just going to get the second deck shuffled here. So with that being said, I am sensing the collective energy of a lot more people's loved ones really wanting to step up to help support people. So especially as we're dealing with really dynamic times as a collective, there's a lot of old stories and patterns being shed. A lot of loved ones are stepping up to really bring healing forward and support, to really provide some deep resolutions for some of you as well, I'm hearing. So if there's been, unresolved things, like let's say your loved one had a sort of untimely or unexpected death, there is energy flowing through. I'm getting like super chills up my back with that one, that they're, you maybe didn't have the opportunity to have that one last conversation with them that you really hoped that you could have. And so I'm getting this sense for some of you that there's energy coming through for that today. And as well as this sense of just, getting a little bit of closure, that if somebody does pass unexpectedly, we don't necessarily get that type of closure of being able to express things or being able to hear them say something or we say something. So I am just getting this sense that there's some closure for some of you, or some wisdom that's going to help you find some inner peace with the passing. So if that resonates for some of you, really just align with what pile draws you in, because I am getting the sense that that's coming forth for some of you. So see what our other cards are here too. I'm getting a lot of animal presence, and I don't want to take that whole huge stack, so we'll go one more time here. Animal presence. So I actually feel like for some of you, it's passed on animal loved ones. It doesn't just have to be humans. And I feel this is something that I communicate with in one-on-one sessions a lot, where there will be, pets that people had that want to come through and communicate messages as well. And I'm getting a strong sense of that for some of you, that there's some companionship energy from the animal world that is coming through today too. So it's just like this really playful, light, little, I don't know, furry hug I'm feeling. So I'm going to go ahead and start with pile 1, and you can find the timestamps below, as well as all the other information as I mentioned before. So I am going to begin here. So we're going to start here first with the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, which is the Spirit Whisperer, Divine Guidance, Higher Knowing. And so with this, we have the number 3. So I always point out that the numbers can be significant to months, to birth dates, to death anniversaries, to significant numbers related to the person. It can have all kinds of different connections numerology wise. This card, however, I'm going to bring in because I feel, so it's, of course we're doing a medium message, and it's, yes, your spirit loved ones are whispering to you on the winds, I'm hearing. We're also getting an owl coming in here, and down in the bottom here there's a butterfly. So transformation, but also higher wisdom coming in. And so with this card, I am hearing, so I am feeling a very strong feminine energy. Mother, sister are the two primaries, and could be grandmother energy too, or a very dear close friend energy for some of you. So it's feeling very feminine, or could be someone who identified as a man but was very feminine in their characteristics, their energy, their level of love and support. So I am getting the sense for many of you with the owl that it is somebody that was older than you, and that there was wisdom that they liked to impart upon you when they were here, and they are still wishing to do that for you now. Now, it could be that you're getting signs as well through birds. You could hear owls. That would be another sign that this loved one's with you in the physical realm. Or it could be butterflies too. So they're telling me they're going to use owls and butterflies specifically to communicate. For some of you, you could see them different places, or they could be just images that you see. Doesn't necessarily have to be the physical object. It could be like representations, I'm hearing, of those energies. The point being, it's this really beautiful divine energy that they're bringing forth to you at this time for your journey into higher knowing. So they're highlighting that, like, higher knowing, higher consciousness. So it's this energy of them wanting you to understand yourself on a deeper level. And I'm getting a strong, like, feeling in the right side of my head right now, which is feeling like this creativity, like creative energy. They're telling me it's like outlets of creation or creativity, where you can express yourself more, where they can connect with you and like work through you. So I'm getting the sense that they might be able to drop like images into your conscious awareness, or ideas or concepts for projects that are creative in nature. And it's this really strong, again, this side often is our feminine, when we're looking at creating and manifesting and being, and really intuitive energies, strong intuitive energies, and just connecting as well with the heart space, because they're highlighting the green, but they are really giving me this pain in my head that it's now turned to pain, which I'm sensing from this energy of you've perhaps been in your thoughts a lot about them, and maybe churning over different things in your head related to them. And so they're just asking to bring yourself to your heart, to really feel into the thoughts rather than let them sort of spiral out of control for some of you, or just that you get caught in these loops that you're not able to get out. Now, whether that's related to them or whether that's related to another aspect of your life, that could vary for each of you. And so it's just the sense, though, of they really want to help guide you to remain in your heart and to be more in the creative flow from that space. And as I've given that forward, the pain has gone down now. So for me, that's a sign that that is the message they really wanted to get through to some of you, is that it's like, get out of your head, get into your heart, and create and live from there. Now, what they're saying will happen is you will receive blessings when you do that. So again, we've got another bird energy coming up, and I've got two male cardinals now dancing around in the tree out front. So cardinal could also be significant, as could this yellow bird, which could be some type of canary. It's kind of a not super detailed bird. So take that for whatever that is for you, along with the flower energy. So I'm getting for some of you the symbols of the flower, whether they're cherry blossoms, apple blossoms, those two are popping into my head. So those may be significant for some of you. Within this card as well, there's also flowing water. So it's really this guidance of being in the flow, and they're just like totally lighting up my whole back. So it's this energy of the past you may have felt was stagnant. You might not have been moving forward very swiftly or feeling confident in the divine flow, in your relationship with them when they were here, and now that they've crossed over, like coming into a new type of relationship with them and finding a new flow in your communication and connection with them. And so again, it's like they're going to use these birds, they're going to use the butterflies to help show you their presence in a tangible way. And in addition to that, they really want you to stay in your heart as much as possible out of those thoughts, so that the blessings that they are trying to help orchestrate from behind the scenes in the more subtle realms, they're actually going to be able to get those to you when you're here. If you're in your head thinking or overanalyzing any aspect of life, they're saying they can't get you the blessings as swiftly or as profoundly as they can when you do your best to keep redirecting yourself to your heart, to your connection with whatever you feel is divine in the universe, to really allow you to sink into your own higher knowing of your place in the universe and what you really came here to do and what it is that you want to create with your life. So they are on board with that, whether they were or weren't when they were in physical form. They are very distinctly telling me they are on board now, and I'm getting more birds coming into the tree here. So again, it's like they're amplifying the awareness that the more that you work in that flow of creation, whether they did or didn't support that when they were here, it's like they're on board now. So when people pass, they cross over, they get their life review, and they often realize in that life review spaces where they maybe weren't as supportive or encouraging to other people's dreams and creations. And so this divine energy allows us all to gain a different perspective when we transcend our physical form. And this is the energy that they're saying. It's like they are supporting your creative endeavors, they are supporting your transformations, and they really just want you to know that your heart needs to lead. Your heart needs to be your driving force. Even if it doesn't make sense, the mind is what wants it to make sense. The heart doesn't need things to make sense. It just is. So this beautiful feminine energy, and again, not about gender, it's about the divine feminine energy, is coming through to really support you on your path. And it's interesting, I'm hearing the name Claire and Clarissa. Claire was, I feel, in our last one too, so maybe there's someone here who has a Claire that's continuing to pop in. If it's not relevant for you, just release that. It's confirmation for someone. And it's this space of just really coming into alignment. They're calling me back to the number 3 for closing this, and it's like coming into unification within yourself. So I know that like in Christianity, that's more like the Trinity, and I'm not getting that sense here. Although that could resonate for some of you, I'm feeling it more as like divine feminine, divine masculine, and divine inner child. And so it's like the divine triangle of all of your being, which is coming from this space. And so really, again, moving from the thoughts to the heart and staying here as much as possible. So that they just really are driving that one home for you guys. So thank you so much for tapping into pile 1. They are sending you so much love and light for your journey and blessings, and wanting to do everything they can to bring forth to you a wealth of blessings on your path. So have a beautiful and blessed week. I'm going to move on to pile 2, and we're going to start with the wisdom from the hidden realms first. So we have the map maker of destiny, authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will. And so this one, I will show you in a minute. There's a lot of imagery going on in this one, and we do have the number 24, which, as I always mention, 24 could be significant to your loved one, could be 2 or 4 or a combination, so 6. That can be related to any of the dates, times. Could also have to do with, if we break it down to the 6, like the month of the year, the day of the week. Just explore the numerology, or they might use 24 or 42 or 6 to communicate with you, and you might know that already. So again, just confirmation. And so authentic purpose, inspiration, free will, and I will bring this in and let you look at this now. So we're getting a more masculine energy with this pile, and I'm feeling just this sense. So it's like the map maker of destiny, which it's like this loved one wants to help you create your ideal reality, is what I'm hearing. So I'm getting the sense of knowledge and wisdom and education. And I will bring it closer, but there's a bird up in the sky, and there's a little fairy, which maybe you guys can see a little fairy here, and the birds on the other side. And I am getting this sense with this. There's a lot of things going on with this person. So there is this masculine energy of like scholastics, so like educating yourself. So maybe there's some books or a book that you need to read to help you, or maybe it's about going back to school or learning something new. It could also be, I'm hearing that this individual wants to start working with you to help teach you things from the other side. So there is a wealth of access to resources in the spirit plane. And when we do tune in, we can receive wisdom from the other side that can help us here and now. And so I'm also getting the sense for some of you, if you consider yourself intuitive or psychic or oracles, mediums, that kind of things yourself, this is telling me that they're actually working to help bring you more messages, more education. So it's likely going to be things that you haven't necessarily become aware of before, that they are coming to bring forth to help you on your destined path. And so this individual is feeling very strong level of support, clarity they want to bring forth. It's like my back is getting this particular energy, and I'm just hearing they've got your back. So it's almost as though, like, if you have felt vulnerable since their passing, they want you to know that they're still protecting you and protecting your back, because typically that's going to be our most vulnerable place. If we can't see what's behind us, we can have a sense of vulnerability. And so they are protecting your vulnerability. They're protecting your most vulnerable aspects. And they just want you to know that, so that you feel that you have the ability to move forward towards your destiny. And so even though they're not able to be here in the physical reality with you, helping you, encouraging you, they are doing everything they can to help support your success. So they're going to be protecting you. They're going to be bringing things. So they might be like popping up different books or different courses on your social media feeds or on YouTube feeds to bring you resources to research to help you with whatever it is that you are looking to manifest in this life. Like whatever map of your own life you're creating, they want to help you with that. And they're going to do that through bringing these different resources to help educate you. And so what they're saying with that is, when you do that, when you start paying attention to these new things, and it could just be you take a class, like I said, you read a book, or maybe it's you do like a little workshop or something even, or you just explore some self-study that you have been wanting to but haven't yet. And they're telling me with this card of delight that you're going to really enjoy learning whatever it is that you are presented with. So it's almost as though it's going to open up this whole other element of like delight. I'm getting this vision of you just feeling joyful and delighted as you're reading, or you're taking, this course or whatever it is, as you're educating yourself more. It's like this sense of expansion and fulfillment. And we've got birds, little birds again up in the top part here, and then of course a bird here, and the birds come through constantly in these medium message readings. They are a huge communicator in terms of divine presence and spirit presence. And so this is confirmation for any of you who have been seeing birds, feeling birds, especially with this one, flocks of birds I'm hearing. So not necessarily just one bird, but like whole flocks of birds. And that is, I'm getting the sense that's part of that protection energy. So it's like they want you to feel like you are surrounded by so much protection that it doesn't matter what angle or direction something's coming from. Like you are solid, you're whole, you're safe. And so I am just getting this really strong energy with the message today for this pile, that it's important for you to know that they're watching over you and protecting you on your path. at this time. And so that is really the strongest message, and just and tapping in again to, you know, potentially learning something new on one level or another, to really start stepping into your destined path even more, knowing that you have everything that you need to be protected. Because I do get this sense, like, the reason this feels so important is because in this process, and this might just be that you're learning how to become more vulnerable and to feel safe being vulnerable. And so for some of you, and I'm getting a strong sensation, my whole back just got lit up with this, that it's like this energy of you need to be vulnerable to move forward for some of you. And they want you to know that they've got your back, that you can go that deep and be that vulnerable, and it will only yield delightful blessings. So it is this strong energy of for some of you, it might literally be that you're on a journey of learning how to be vulnerable, and that's what they're trying to help you with by giving you this really key component to help you feel that it's okay to be vulnerable. And whether or not they could do that when they were here, they're saying that doesn't matter, because they can do it now. And so they are, and they want to do this for you because they can, where they are at now and where you are at on your own journey right now. So thank you so much for tapping into pile 2, and they are sending you so much love and support and guidance. And like I said, just really pay attention to any books, courses, or other things related to education that just happen to pop up on your path in the coming days and weeks. So take care, guys. So coming over to pile 3, we're going to start with the Hidden Wisdom of Hidden Realms card, which for this pile is the Dream Walker. Dreams, the collective good, and illusions. And we're also getting the number 8 with this. And so I'm just taking it all in for you guys. So with the number 8, I'll bring it in and let you peek here for a little bit. So the number 8 could be significant birth date, you know, date of passing, lucky number, a number that you associate with them. I'm also seeing it flipped on its side as the infinity symbol. So for some of you, I feel this could be a significant other that has passed, whether it's a husband, wife, whatever, or just a partner that you were very, you know, that was your person, or your bestie even, like you just had this connection that felt just infinite. Like I feel like a very strong past lives, like you guys journeyed together a lot, getting a very strong sensation up my whole back with that. So it's like you've done this many times before, and you were so grateful for the opportunity to do it again, and you will be doing it again, they're telling me. And just getting a really deep sense of emotion right now, and a desire to cry. So it's almost as though it's this sense of they did not want to leave you any more than you wanted them to leave their physical body. They have not, however, left you. And so what they're pointing to me, and there's the tiniest little fairy, which you might not be able to see, but there's a little star, a little light there. And so I'm getting this sense for you guys, it's like the stars, like this energy of they're this star in the sky watching over you. And you could, if you want, they're suggesting like go out at night if you're a stargazer, or you connect with the stars and go out and pick a star to gaze at, to connect with their energy, to really feel into it, and to know that they are with you, that they will be incarnating with you again, that this was not the end. This is by no means the end of your soul's journeys together. And like the level of emotion is so strong with this one. So it's like if you had any doubt in your mind about the level of love this person had for you, please, please, please release that, because I am feeling a depth of love and connection of two souls that have been so intertwined. And it's just, and again, coming to magical, so I don't know, I'll bring it in again. It's like there is a little dragon there. And so I am getting this connection of like Camelot, dragons, mythical creatures, like whether you guys had a connection or you had a life together in the time of, you know, like Merlin and the Knights of the Round Table, anything in that sort of time period, or maybe you're just really into those things together, or one or the other of you is into those things, I'm just really feeling this sense that that's relevant for some of you. And then really subtly right here, which you might not be able to see, there's a crane. And so that's calling me to this sense of longevity. So there is this longevity in your soul's journey where you guys are so intertwined that it doesn't, like, on one level, yes, it matters that they're not in their physical body, of course. And yet at the same time, you are so interwoven that there cannot be a day that goes by that you don't feel each other's presence on some level or another, or there, little tiny things sprinkled along your path that just really, you're reminded of this person and this super deep connection. And again, I'm being told to remind, like, this could have been romantic for some of you, and for others of you, though, it could have been just like a really good friend and someone that you just felt such a deep connection with, that like, even though their body's not here, you still feel this tangible presence most of the time, if not all of the time, for some of you. And I'm seeing again, because we're getting this, with this card, happiness and the dolphins and the sun. And dolphins are often a representation of that life force energy, and there being two of them. This is like you guys were two beings, whether man, woman, or whatever combination of that energy, two beings that just jive together. Like you swam through the waters of life together, and you played together, and you laughed together, and you had beautiful happy moments together. And this energy of the sun illuminating all of that is coming through, that they want you to find your happiness in this life, in the remainder of the time that you have, knowing that they support your happiness, they support you moving forward in whatever ways you need to in order to find happiness again. And they will help guide you to the people and the situations that are going to help you maintain that happiness, because they don't want you to not experience deep happiness with the remainder of your days. And while it won't necessarily be the same as when they were here with you, they are with you through this, and they do want you to know that it is possible for you to experience a very deep level of happiness regardless of what has transpired. And so they are going to work to help, like, move you into this really beautiful illuminated cycle where you feel free like this, where you feel that you're free to move forward, you're free to interact with people, to go with the flow of whatever's going on, and to open your heart again to new love and to new friendships and new partnerships, knowing that it doesn't in any way diminish what you had with them. It's just that that particular relationship in that way is no longer functioning the way it was, and they don't want you to just shut down and not allow yourself to experience the depth of love and friendship that is available to you with your life. So it's really this encouragement of, make the most of the time that's given to you. Even if I can't be in a body there with you, you know that I'm going to find you the next round through, and I'm going to be there, and we're going to have an amazing time again. Just like you can have an amazing time with other beautiful souls that are here, because they aren't the only person that can help you experience really true deep happiness. So thank you so much for picking card or pile 3, and I am sending you so much love as they are, like, again, this beautiful hug, this beautiful embrace of light and love to you from them. Just like so powerful, encompassing, and amazing. So definitely a very deep and ancient love there. So thank you so much, and have a wonderful week.